Genesis 3:6 follows the serpent's deception in Genesis 3:4-5, where he denies the consequences of eating the forbidden fruit and suggests that doing so would make Eve like God, knowing good and evil. Now, Eve is faced with the decision, and this verse details her internal reasoning and ultimate choice to eat the fruit, leading to the fall of humanity. Verse 6. And when the woman saw that the tree was good for food, and that it was pleasant to the eyes, and a tree to be desired to make one wise, she took of the fruit thereof, and did eat, and gave also unto her husband with her. And he did eat. Key phrases. The woman saw that the tree was good for food, and that it was pleasant to the eyes, a tree to be desired to make one wise. She took of the fruit thereof, and did eat, and gave also unto her husband with her, and he did eat. In Hebrew, the concepts for these phrases are as follows. 1. The woman saw that the tree was good for food. Vaterea haisha, hitavob haities elamea akal. Vatere haisha, kito haetz lema akal. Vatere, vatereye, and saw, indicating perception, evaluation, and judgment. Haisha, haisha, the woman, showing that Eve alone is making this assessment. Kitov, kaitvav, that it was good, echoing God's declarations in Genesis 1 but now applied to something he forbade. Haetz lema akal, haities omea akal. The tree was good for food, suggesting practical benefit. 2. And that it was pleasant to the eyes. Vikita ava hu la'enayim, vikita ava, and that it was desirable, referring to strong craving or longing. Hu la'enayim, hvia la'enayim, to the eyes, emphasizing visual appeal as a key factor in temptation. 3. A tree to be desired to make one wise. Vneshmad haetz lehaskil, vneshmad, and desirable, reinforcing the idea of strong attraction. Haetz lehaskil, haities lashkahil. The tree to make one wise, indicating the belief that eating the fruit would grant divine knowledge. She took of the fruit thereof, and did eat. Vatikach mipirio vato akal, vatikash mipirio vato kal. Vatikach. She took, signaling an active decision. Mipirio, of its fruit, confirming the object of temptation. Vato akal, and ate, marking the moment of disobedience. Vatiten gamlisha ima vayokal. Vatiten, and gave, showing that Eve shares the fruit. Gamlisha, laisha, also to her husband, indicating Adam's involvement. Ima, with her, suggesting Adam was present during the interaction. Vayoakal, and he ate, confirming Adam's participation in the sin. The woman saw that the tree was good for food. Eve evaluates the tree based on its apparent benefits rather than trusting God's command. The phrase echoes God's pronouncements in Genesis 1, but here Eve, not God, is determining what is good. This highlights the shift from divine authority to human reasoning, and that it was pleasant to the eyes. The tree's visual appeal influences Eve's desire, showing that temptation often exploits physical attraction and aesthetic appeal. A tree to be desired to make one wise. The appeal is not just physical but intellectual and spiritual. Eve believes the serpent's claim that the tree will grant wisdom, indicating a desire for self-elevation and autonomy. She took of the fruit thereof, and did eat. This is the critical act of disobedience. Despite God's command, Eve exercises her free will to take and eat, prioritizing personal judgment over divine instruction. And gave also unto her husband with her, and he did eat. Adam, though not deceived, 1 Timothy 2:14, willingly participates. The phrase, with her, suggests that Adam was present, raising the question of why he did not intervene. His silent acceptance of the fruit signifies passive disobedience. This verse encapsulates the threefold temptation seen throughout Scripture. 1. The lust of the flesh, good for food, physical desire. 2. The lust of the eyes, pleasant to the eyes, visual appeal. 3. The pride of life, to make one wise. Desire for self-exaltation. These elements appear again in 1 John 2:16, reinforcing that temptation follows a similar pattern throughout human history. Genesis 3:6 marks humanity's choice to trust self over God, leading to the fall and its consequences.